Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So I'll do a quick intro here of myself, kind of my situation. I say it's my wife and I. Situation with retirement, of where we're at, what we're thinking about doing, the things we've been thinking about, the things we still need to figure out, our learnings as we go, and there's a lot of things we've learned, a lot of things we still need to learn. So hopefully in this channel, you and I will be able to go through this together. So you can give me some of your pointers. I can give you some of my pointers. As I learn things, I'll share those with you, and we can kind of go back and forth. So that's kind of what this is going to be all about. So quick intro on myself. Like I said, I am Jim. I am 62 years old. I have been in the software development space, mostly in the healthcare market, my whole career. So it's been over 38 years. So I've done everything from actually being a software developer myself, worked my way up into leadership, and been CTOs and CIOs for small startup organizations. And the last 4 years or so, I have my own business where I consult into these smaller businesses. I do everything from software development consulting all the way to information security and trying to help them through those kind of things. So it's been working out well for me, but just recently it kind of hit me. I've only got 3 years before I want to retire. So I plan to retire at 65. So all of a sudden I'm having to think about these things. Oh man, where are we? So been talking a lot with my wife. So currently my wife is retired. She is drawing Social Security, and she is also the age that she is covered under Medicare. So this is all good. I'm still pulling a full paycheck through my consulting business, which is helping us out right now. Then, on the lighter side, some of the things we like to do that we want to continue to do in retirement is we like to go on cruises, we like to go to Disney World, and we like to travel around. We have family kind of scattered up and down on the East Coast, and we like to travel around and visit them all the way from somewhere up in Long Island, New York, and we have family down in Florida as well. So we want to be able to continue to do these things even into retirement. So these are kind of the things that we got to be able to be planning for. The other thing that we have to be aware of is we currently have a mortgage, and we will continue to have a mortgage into retirement for a few years. So that's also got to be in our budget. So, with that, some of the things I've been thinking about, things that are starting to come to my mind, maybe it's coming to your mind as well. Maybe you've hit the same kind of things. I don't know, but this is kind of where we're at. Is the first big question is, do we have enough in our retirement accounts to make it? So, if I retire at 65, and then that's the next question, do I retire at 65? And then you have to think about, okay, so if I retire at 65, do I begin to draw Social Security at 65? Do I wait till I'm 67? Or do I wait till I'm full time? Wait until my full retirement age, which is 70. These are all questions now that's coming in my brain and our brain, my wife and I have been talking about, right? And the other thing I've been thinking about is I recently started doing a lot of woodworking as more like a hobby, but I did start a YouTube channel on my woodworking and just trying to see how that goes and trying to see what that might be. So maybe there's a little bit of opportunity there. It wouldn't replace my current full-time paycheck or even our retirement budget that we need, but it might be some supplemental income. So some things I've been thinking about. Um, and then the other thing we got to be thinking about too is, or we have, is what kind of tools are out there that might help us in this journey. So, things like, is there a budgeting tool we could use today for our spend today to figure out where it's at, what it's categorized, how it's done. Some of you may already have this as your day to day. We had a little bit of this, but we didn't have a really good tool that would do that for us. And then on the same side is there a tool out there we might be able to use for our retirement accounts to see, okay, where are we? Are we going to make it? What happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? So all that kind of stuff. So, those type of tools. Um, and the other thing is between now and my age of 65, whether I retire or not, I got to think about insurance, health insurance for me, primarily because I'm a consultant right now. So I don't have employer provided benefits that have health insurance. So I have to cover my own. So I live in Georgia, so I have to go through Georgia Access to get my health care. So this is also some things we have to at least be able to be aware of. Um, and the other thing is we're not experts in this space, right? We've been trying to keep up with things and do all the right stuff with, putting money away, putting it in retirement funds, all kinds of things. But we're not the experts, so we actually have experts helping us. But we definitely are not the expert. We're just trying to learn this as we go. So far, what's some of our learnings that we've had? Um, one of the big ones is the health insurance. So under Georgia Access, the insurance plans that we can get, they're okay. They're not great. They do have a lot of out of pocket expenses that we just kind of, it's just an impact on our budget right now, right? So it's just not the best. So that's something that's out there. What do we need to do about that? Um, and then we also got to be thinking about our lifestyle, right? And this is something that we've been learning is going through everything. Just recently, we've kind of come to the conclusion, at least at the very beginning of our retirement, we don't want to change our lifestyle. We still want to go on cruises, maybe more cruises, going to Disney, maybe going to Disney more often, traveling to see our family and stuff. We want to do all those things that we are doing some today. We don't want to necessarily change our lifestyle. Now, eventually, we know that we're going to get to the age where traveling isn't going to be as easy, and we may not do it as much, and eventually probably stop traveling. We know that, right? But at least out of the gate in retirement, we know we want to keep doing those kind of things. So we got to be, planning for that as we go. Um, and then, the other thing is, okay, when we retire, can we still simplify our life a little bit? Will that help? We don't know that really right now. Really, kind of, my wife is retired, but she's not retired. She still helps me out a lot of things. So it's not like we're full on retired together. Um, so can we simplify things? I don't know. Maybe we can. But we do know, like I said, the lifestyle, we want to be able to keep it as is. Um, and then one of the last things that we kind of thinking about isn't the last thing, but it's just one of the last things for this video is your health. So, do you have health concerns? Do you need to be worried about, extra expenses for health for things you may have to do? For me, I'm on 7 different medications, maintenance medications for some health issues that I have. Everything is under control. So right now, I just keep up with my medications and I am good. But it starts bringing up the question like, I could probably do better if I get a little more exercise, doing other things like that. So we're starting to think about that, right? But the health thing is something you got to think about. And the other thing we've kind of come to the conclusion is you can't budget for those unplanned catastrophic things. Catastrophic meaning like a car accident or something like that, or an unforeseen health, serious health issue that may pop up, right? You can't budget for those things, and you shouldn't worry about budgeting for those things. If those things happen, you just have to deal with it. There's other ways of getting around it. You probably aren't going to travel as much, so maybe that budget gets cut. There's all kinds of things that may happen, but you should not be planning for those catastrophic things. Now, perhaps you have a health concern already that you need to be planning for treatment for. Okay, that's fine. For us, that's not the case. So we're not making that particular kind of budget plan at all. So with that, just some of the tools we are using, and then I will complete this video. We just recently started using a tool called Monarch, and this is your day-to-day spend transaction. It's similar to like Quicken, if you've ever had Quicken before, like that, where it hooks up to your banks and your credit cards. It gets all your transactions in, and then you can categorize your spend. Monarch also has a budgeting tool, which we really like too. So we've gone through that and got everything like in our last 3 months, and we've gone all the way into the previous year even. Got all our categories down. We can see our monthly spend and how it's doing. We make our budget to kind of conform to our spend. There's a lot of miscellaneous spend that happens as well. We actually incorporated that into our budgeting. And what we things we've come out of this with, I think I mentioned before, is our budget that we come out with, because we're not changing our lifestyle, it's going to stay the same when we retire. So we're not trying to cut our budget when we retire. We're going to keep it the same. So that's some of the things that we're doing and that we've kind of learned once we've been into this tool Monarch. Get everything categorized, actually see your actual spend today. And again, we went back, a number of months all the way into last year to see what our spend has been, over that. But now we can also track it going forward. And again, this is a tool for today and what we're doing today, and it's really helping us out. The other tool that we have is a retirement account tracking for seeing all those kind of things. And we just started using it. I'm probably not going to name it right now because we really don't know anything about it yet. And there's a few other tools out there as well that we're probably going to start looking at too. So that's going to be a new one. And if you've got some suggestions on ones that you've used, please let me know. We do have a financial advisor. We do use Edward Jones. They are really good. They've helped us for a number of years. We've had them for a long time. They are our experts when we look to questions about our retirement fund. But we are just getting to the point to where, at least for me, I like to see things myself and be able to play with things to see, okay, what's it like if I do this, if I do that, and that's why we're looking at some of these retirement software that's out there to kind of help you. You can set up different scenarios and things like that of what might happen and see where you at. Are you good enough? Are you not good enough? So that's all kind of things that we're coming up with. So again, if you got anything out of this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and please leave me comments, because this is a journey that I'm hoping you will come with me on, or with us on, as we kind of go through and learn as we go. I've got 3 years. Maybe it's more than 3 years. I don't know. Maybe we learn more stuff as we go. But that's what this channel is going to be all about. So with that, folks, I hope I'll see you in the next video.